In Bolivia, a sense of outrage and fear troubles many citizens since multiple rapists and women killers who face criminal charges are on the loose due to the negligence of prosecutors and judges. Our correspondent Freddy Morales expands on this matter.
This is the largest demonstration that the city of La Paz has seen in the last years. People gathered round to protest against the injustice that surrounded several cases of family violence, sexual abuse and femicides.
This is my sister. She was a victim of feminicide in 2019, and this man here is the killer. He's already been sentenced.
This is Richard Choke. In 2013, he and Jose Luis Casilla kidnapped, raped and murdered a 20-year-old woman. They were both sentenced to 30 years of jail without the right to an appeal or pardon. But since 2019, they are out on the streets. Choke confessed to killing two teenage girls, one of 15 years old and another of 17, as well as to raping and blackmailing 75 women in the past 2 years.
This man filled my underskirt when I was returning home from my school. This man beat me, shoved me, and accused me for wearing a skirt. He blamed me for that. I was outraged.
The bodies of the two missing teenage girls were found buried in Choke's house. The criminal did not deny the facts to a psychiatrist to whom he supposedly would have admitted to killing other 6 women in the past 2 years. This makes the mother's suffering all the more distressful.
This is my little girl Diana, and this is Lidia Ramos de la Paz. Diana Algarañas de Santa Cruz de la Sierra. We are around 36 mothers. It can be. The nurse is the last case. It just can be. If it is not trafficking, then what is? My little girl is missing since 2015. Up to this day, I don't know anything of her. My daughter was 12 years old. Now she's 18, and I haven't seen her. I came all the way from Caravani, and I don't know where she is. We don't know anything. We haven't received any calls, not one. Since that day, my daughter's phone is off. I want justice for my daughters. Maybe it's that killer's fault. Maybe she was leaving school and he took her, and she hasn't come back.
People's souls have been tainted by death and violence, then by a prosecutor, then by a judge, by the answers of justice.
Prosecutors Wilfredo Nina dismissed my rapist. After I collected all the evidence, he didn't take into account the psychological expertise in the case.
I am the father of Warinia Buitrago. She was killed 5 years ago. The accused for my daughter's feminicide is Catherine Cortez Hurtado. She was acquitted by the first court of anti-corruption and violence against women. The judge who paved the way for Choke's release has already been detained, while the search for more victims and the killer's second phase of violent offenses continues. Social organizations in defense of women's rights affirm they register over 160 women killers, and rapists who were processed and sentenced are currently on the loose.
Se encuentran Freddy Morales, teleSUR, Bolivia.